Okay, so today we went from Beaver Creek, Yukon Territory, didn't go far at all, crossed the border, and then came to Fairbanks, Alaska.
Yep, about 317 miles.
Okay, so today we left from Beaver Creek in the Yukon Territory and went up and crossed the border and came into Alaska. And then following the Alaskan Highway, we came past a town called Tok, and then ran all the way up through some beautiful scenery, Delta Junction. And then we came up to Fairbanks, and we are spending the night in Fairbanks tonight. So from Beaver Creek to Fairbanks. Okay, highlights.
First thing we did was crossing the border.
Hey, hold on. Is this our picture? This is our picture. Let's get it. Just right here on the road. We'll get the sign behind us. Do a selfie. Yep. I think it went fairly smooth. I mean, we think maybe the American side might be a little bit more, follow the rules, rigid, and, the Canadian side felt a little bit more easygoing. I mean, they're all following the rules, but, just, style. You feel the American style is really like, we got to make sure this is all perfect.
A little more serious.
Yeah.
Made us turn our cameras off. I wasn't expecting that one, but I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. No, come on. Stop here, do not proceed until directed to. Okay. Come on. Hey, good morning.
Just needed one of you, but sit there. Turn your camera off.
I can't, what?
Turn your camera off.
Yeah, Canadian's border was a little more lax. You restart your camera? Cool.
But no, it was really no problem. We handed the paperwork, got tag numbers, and we took off.
Right afterwards, we had been told yesterday from a rider that we met at the hotel that there were about 200 kilometers of really rough roads that we were going to hit. And after we crossed the border, there was just nothing. Like it wasn't bad at all compared to what we were expecting.
So if you've watched yesterday's video, we came through a lot of dirt, mud, road repairs, all that type of stuff, and even with humps. And so this guy showed up at the same hotel we were at on a shiny Harley. And we said, hey, if you go that way, you have a lot of dirt, mud, and humps. And he goes, oh, well, if you go back that way, he said, there's all kinds of hoops and humps for about 200 kilometers. And we're like, okay, well, maybe this road construction is going to be pretty bad. And we went, and there was some waves. I mean, that's just the way the roads are around here. But it was all paved. It wasn't dirt and gravel and under construction with, we might hit just a couple of sections of gravel. But
it wasn't much.
It wasn't like what we went through. And I thought, okay, the guy on the Harley's about to be in for a surprise, because I was trying to warn him about a really nasty mess. And we ended up on a lot better roads when we crossed into Alaska. Woo! That was fun. All right, the Harley rider came from this direction and said this was bad because of whoops. He's going to be surprised this morning. He was talking about paved whoops.
Man alive. And people do this on heavier bikes? Overall, the views, there were like 3 really, really good views. Snow-capped mountains off in the distance, lots of water, lots of marsh area, but most of it, we were just in the trees. There wasn't much to see.
Yeah, it's not stuff we can really show you on the camera, but I felt like when we crossed the border, we were on this little bit of a ridge looking over a valley. Oh my goodness, how many miles away is that?
No telling. Hey, there's a mountain that is nothing but snow off on the left. Like it's just all snow.
We did that for a while, which is probably where they found firm ground. And at some point, they just cut us in a straight line across the valley. And all of a sudden, where we'd been doing some curves, all of a sudden the roads were super, super straight. But we got across wherever it must have been marshy, and they put us on the other side of the hill. And we were just talking about whoever developed the roads out here, when they had to cut across these marshy areas and the wet areas and stuff, it was, you know, it was a lot of work. And back in, it was like 1940s, they didn't have quite the, you know, satellite tracking and stuff we have now to figure out which way they were going to go. Yeah, we really take this road for granted. You see how it's built up and they carved the dirt out of the hills. The first people who got here, they had a choice. And that is try to walk on nothing but the hills or walk through those marshy areas. And look how thick. They had to figure out a way through here with that thick of a forest. Yeah, how did they see? You'd get into a, well, they'd get into a high spot and they'd cut all the trees down. And then they'd look across and say, where do we try to get to? Okay, let's take axes and hatchets, and they'd start trying to cut across somewhere, and they'd find swamps and marsh.
Yep.
Any other highlights?
Breakfast was good. It was a little bit late. Portions were large, but we found this this restaurant called Fast Eddie, and it was decent. It was pretty decent. It was the first major town you get into after crossing the border.
Yeah, a little town called Tok, T-O-K. In fact, we decided that on the way back, we're going to take a little bit of a different meandering route to get back towards the ferry later. But we will end up spending the night in Tok again. I have a feeling we'll go hit that breakfast spot again. It was good.
It was really good.
Fast Eddie's Restaurant. Okay, but anyway, we're here in Fairbanks now, settled in, so had a good day.
Yep.
U.S. Customs, 30 kilometers. That's border inspection for Canada. I'm going around. Harley Pan Americans, every single one of them. We could, except it doesn't really look like a road. Wow, that's all your sediment built up.
One or both?
Yeah, both. It's our first wooden bridge. Hey. Nice river. Yeah, all erosion, silt filled in from the side of the mountains and glaciers. They could be hauling something that's an irritant. Whenever you're ready. Sure. It says black gold transport. But I don't know if that's oil or coal or what it is.
Yeah, the Noah Saucier paraphrase translation.
Is that Santa? Santa Claus house. You wanna go? Nah. Nah, it doesn't look impressive. Well, it's right down the street from Hector's Welding. I mean, it just doesn't look like it's got that much charm. That one looks like candy canes. Universal Welding. North Pole, the home of Hector's Welding and Universal Welding. Oh, brakes. Why in the world? Oh, they hit a plastic tub. Man, I got bugs all over this camera. Sorry, people.